Hello and welcome to this another set of lectures in which we will talk to you about how can you do well as a management trainee interview. So this is particularly useful for those students who are just freshers and the best chances they have for to appear in the management trainee interview in any of the good companies, as we will show you some of them here, and do well there. So, in this lecture, again, we will talk about how to do well in a management trainee interview, and we will cover about two things: what to plan and what topics to prepare for the interview. Right? Because management trainee interview can be a bit challenging in the terms that their job description more generic in nature. So, question for you is how to do well in a management trainee interview. Any thoughts? Anything that you recall, remember from the course or otherwise? Okay. So basically, again, it's a three-step process: plan, prepare, and perform. And let's take a look at each of these steps. So how would you plan for the interview? Can you recall? Okay. So this is what you need to do is first you need to decide how will you reach there physically and connect on time. And I'm not going to read through all this. What will you wear? Again, that will depend on what is the company's dress code, and need to figure out what is the dress code they would like you to have. It is good to ask the recruiter directly or indirectly through the placement office. And obviously, you need to carry CVs, certificate, appointment letters, any exhibits, particularly that you want to show them. And what you need to plan for is the topics and the type of questions and practice sessions, right? So, what topics would you prepare for a management trainee interview? Let's come to the crux of this lecture. See, again, it depends on the job description that you have, and what I'm showing you here is a unreadable snapshot of a Schneider Electric's management trainee job position for data governance, and I'll go to take you through each of these sections. Idea for this to show you the key sections, which is description, responsibility, qualifications, and technology. The four sections that you see here on the JD. So let's look at the Schneider Electric's job description in a little more detail and arrive at the topics. So if you look at the first description, if you read through that, it tells you what the role is. It's basically comes down to, if you see the second line, to contributing to data governance shared services initiatives, right? For enhancing, automating, accelerating implementation of master data management, adoption of big data platforms, data excellence, and data dictionary evolution. So that's the key role. So that becomes the first topic for you to prepare. And also they talk about eventually you must be able to build business intelligence and analytics on top of all these platforms and derive insights that can help make strategic decision across corporate functions. So that seems to be a few topics that you can start list from the description. Is that enough? Obviously not. Let's go to the next section of the job description. So in this, they have outlined, Schneider has outlined the responsibility, and you can pick from these very clearly. The first one, you can add to the list of topics of understanding the current and future state of business requirements and tools and platform capabilities, integrating quality practices, delivering new processes and improving existing processes related to operating model, and handhold the stakeholders. Uh, Now, some of the things you can skip, like working with the team leader. Now that is not a topic to prepare really. You can skip that, but it is a judgment call. We continue looking at the JD in lot more detail. We go to qualifications, and that's where for management training, lot of emphasis is paid because you don't have any experience. So what they judge you by are your business and soft skills. So what they're looking for is strong passion for data governance. So this JD is all about data governance. Then you need to have presentation, communication, interpersonal skills, creative thinking, proven ability to work effectively with globally dispersed stakeholders from business, which means working at odd hours, working through remote, and ability to manage multiple priority in a fast-paced organization. It tells you about the life of the organization and an appetite for innovation, build plus refactor, and work in agile methodology, Scrum and Kanban. So you get a sense of things to prepare, right? Right. Lastly, let's look at the technology skills and project experiences required. So they're saying candidates with work experience will be given preferences. So if you have 1 or 2 years experience in data governance, you will have a better chance. So again, it's all about data governance, right? And which gets confirmed again in the next bullet of this is strong knowledge of data governance practices, metadata management, data privacy and protection, data quality management issues, etc. etc. Also, good knowledge of software development cycles, you can add that, and data analyst skills and problem solving capabilities. So with this JD, you get a lot of things that you need to prepare, right? But the center point, if you see, of this is what is highlighted in bold here: data management, data governance practices. So that is the core. That's the bullseye because that's the role primarily. So, having looked at what topics to prepare, we will now look at what type of questions should you prepare for this management trainee interview in the next lecture. So, thank you so much for watching this the first lecture of management trainee interview, how to do well in such an interview. I hope you're continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture.